CountryWide CONNECT with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.
Our next guest, Enda Hawe, is on the line. I think we can hear him. G'day, mate.
Top of the morning to you, Andy.
Top of the morning, right? You can tell by that Irish look. Now you've got a joke for me. I've interviewed you several times, right, or many times, and you've always got to start off with a joke for me. Come on.
Yeah, well, you support Spurs, so that's the joke.
Oh,
no, look,
you just had to go there.
There's a traveller going through Dublin, and he meets Paddy on the side of the road, and the traveller asks, "Tell me, what's the quickest way to Cork?" And Paddy goes, "Yeah, walking or in the car." And he goes, "In the car." And Paddy goes, "That's the fastest way."
Very good. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very, very good. All right, Enda. How was your weekend at the One New Zealand Stadium at Te Kaha? We've just got to start off with that. You've got your Crusader shirt on. I wore Crusaders uniform on Friday show. Look at that.
Always. I think I'm still in the same shirt since Friday, a couple of milkins later. But look at what an occasion, Andy. Look, disregard who was playing. I think it was an occasion for everybody. Rugby supporters, non-rugby supporters, the general public. I met so many people on Friday night, and a lot of them had no idea about the rugby. It was just there for the occasion, and that's what it was. It was a magnificent occasion. The shirts, the colours, the Super Rugby round. Yes, the Crusaders got the victory, but I think the big victory on the night was just the occasion and what a magnificent stadium, what a theatre. Isn't it wonderful to look forward to every activity that's going to be held there in the future, from 660 to Robbie Williams to the All Blacks. Hey, we're open for business. We're back on the road, and Christchurch was alive and pumping on Friday night.
It was magnificent. Like, I was so excited to get actually into the stadium and have a look around, and that concourse is just party central, isn't it? Like, the bars are all there, the great food is there, and it's not just your average pie and chips. There is proper food there. The food was fantastic.
Yeah, and the beer looked like it came out of a real bottle. Hey, no, it was super. I think it's the little detail is well and truly done magnificently, and yeah, I was just fizzing. I hopped on the bus outside my parent-in-law's house in Avonhead, and that was a 12-minute bus journey. So no, I had no issue with parking. A very, very 3-minute walk. Like, for all those that said years ago the location could be difficult, no, I think the location is perfect. It's got that city vibe feel about it. And like I said, parking wasn't an issue, and we're so close to the action too. That was the biggest winner.
Yeah, the actual seats in the stadium, looking down, there's not a bad seat in the house. Wherever you are, you can watch the entire game. A mate of mine drove over from the West Coast, arrived just before the game, parked 500 metres from the ground, and just parked and then walked in. He said it was unbelievable. And the other thing about that is, at the end of the game, you walk out and you're in the middle of town. Like, the whole crowd just disappeared into the bars. It was fantastic. Yes,
absolutely. And that's part and parcel of what you call the occasion of the night. So it was a magical experience. And like I said, to get the win as well was a bonus, but I think people were there for the occasion.
And I think also the fact that it was Super Round, and it sounds like it's going to come back next year, having all the teams there. And I know Dunedin kind of thinking that they want a turn and that sort of thing. And yeah, probably they should get a turn. No, they're not. They're not getting it. We're keeping it. It's going to become a Christchurch thing. I hoped it would kind of have that Sevens feel about it, and it certainly did develop into that.
It did. Yeah. It did, yeah. Like, around us, there was heaps of Highlanders and Chiefs, and they were playing the following day, and that added to the occasion. There was banter, definitely banter going. And it was a Sevens feeling, because I've been at the Sevens before in Wellington, and it had that vibe.
Yeah, it certainly did. And it was a fantastic time. I actually just, I loved the whole weekend, and I put a LinkedIn post up, and I talked about it, because on Saturday morning, we had our kids and their friends all round at our place, and we just all chilled out. It was a beautiful weekend, and then we went to the game and went out for dinner afterwards, and it was just, it couldn't have been better. It just could not have been better. So no, really looking forward to it. I know we're kind of raving on about it, but I think you have to have been in Christchurch and suffered the last 15 years of, and yes, the other stadium, you and I both went there many times. It did a job, but certainly nothing like this. And because I think what people forget, Enda, is Jade Stadium, Lancaster Park, was at its absolute peak when that earthquake came. New stands, It was a real fantastic coliseum, and we lost it, and that's the thing.
I remember one of the occasions of playing the Waratahs like we did on Friday night was the 96-16 victory in Jade Stadium, and that was just I remember there that's a while ago now, but the empty bottles were going up in the sky every time we scored a try, which was happening every 5 minutes, and it had that vibe too. It's a shame that ended the way it did, but onwards and upwards. Orange Theory Stadium has many good memories, and the big tall pole in the corner that stipulates the victories. Hopefully they'll bring it to the new stadium.
Yeah, well, that's my Twitter handle on that one, actually, or it has been. It needs to got a bit longer every time. Anyway, hey, Enda, let's talk a little bit of farming at the moment. You're the head judge for the NZ Dairy Awards Trainee of the Year. Where are we at with the competition?
Yes, so the competition, Andy, has all the 11 regions have had their national or had their regional winners. The local one took place in Hotel Ashburton's probably now nearly 4 weeks ago. And the national finals will be held in Rotorua on Saturday, the 9th of May. And between now and the 9th of May, the farm manager of the year and the share farmer of the year will be doing their on-farm judging. But the trainees are a little different. The trainees assemble in Rotorua next Thursday week, so 2 days before. They're on a study tour in that region. So they assemble and they go and do various team bonding exercises and building and hear from experienced farmers and life coaches, and they have a wonderful time actually. And then on Thursday week, we get them in for their interview. And so the interview is 15 to 20 minutes long, and it encompasses their life experiences. How do they get to where they are today, and where are they going forward? They've also submitted a 3 to 5 minute video, which we've been watching over the last few days, and that tells a lot of their story. Again, what are their roles on farm, where are they currently at, and where are they going, and what a wonderful experience it is for an old bugger like me to be able to wind back the clock, and this is what I was 25 years ago, and how we can relate to each other in similar experiences. And like, times have changed with technology on farm and bits and pieces, but the grassroots of farming for the trainees still remains the same. They're out of bed early in the morning. They're juggling lots of different things, the seasonal aspects, and all that comes out in an interview. There's 10 short questions in that interview, wide range of things, from little things that could put them on the spot. They might be looking at soil tests or fertility focus reports and want their opinion. It's about their opinion. There's probably very little right or wrong answers in the interview that we host. It's about getting that experience across the table and delving into how we, people like us and you, can help them going forward, because they've put their hand up as high achievers, people who get to the finals of these things. So they want a little bit more they want to propel their career. And that's why the Dairy Industry Award is so amazing. So the give back experience is great. So we have plenty of trainees that I've met for the last 2 years. This is my third year, on a WhatsApp group, and you get calving questions at calving time, and simple little things. Is this lower order contract better than this contract milking one? And that's the giving back, and that's where the Dairy Industry Awards is so special to me. And long may it continue. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I think I peak in about May, and that's because of the Dairy Industry Awards.
Yeah, exactly, mate. What about the standard then of the applicants coming through? What have you?
Yeah.
How's that looking?
Andy, the future is in very bright hands. I guarantee you that. That the 22 trainees I've seen over the last 2 years and the 11 that are facing me in 10 days' time, they could not be better. Their positivity, their demand for more out of life, their will to succeed, and their get up and go is absolutely energizing. And it'd be wonderful to be that age again, but you can't. But there's a vibrancy that I really looking forward to. The future's in safe hands, and you heard it here first.
And if any of them are watching this, what ticks your box when it comes to one of these trainees? What are you looking for as the head judge?
Sure, look at Andy. You're looking for honesty. You're looking for drive. You're looking for enthusiasm. You're looking for all the attributes that are needed to succeed. It's a tough industry. There's no doubt in that. But it's about how they're going about achieving the next level in their careers. The use of mentors, those that have sought out help from all other avenues. And that easily shines through. But passion, everybody will come to us and say, I'm passionate about the industry. But those that live and breathe it, it's self-explanatory. They don't need to say it. You see that fire in their eyes, and you see that, the ones that will contact you after the award that Saturday night and say, look, Enda, can you tell me how you got to contract milking or 50-50 share milking? And that's written all over their faces. And that, to me, is a sign of a true champion. There's no loser in this competition. They're all champions. But we know going forward, the one that we spot is generally just an achiever that's a little bit greater than the rest.
All right, mate. Fantastic to have you on the show, Enda Hawe, head judge for the New Zealand Dairy Industry Awards Trainee of the Year. Go well. I know you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to miss the Crusaders versus the Blues on the 8th.
Yeah.
But I'll go for you, okay?
Well, I'm sure that in the highlight of that night, you'll send me a text message with the right result.
I certainly will. All right, great to catch up with Enda there. Really appreciate his time. Yeah, great competition. I've been to that final awards night a couple of times, and it is an absolute highlight. It's a fantastic night. Almost, as Enda said, just humbling.
CountryWide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.